hometown is
Chicago.
Chicago. You still living there?
I moved like 3 years ago.
Where you live now?
Tarzana, LA.
Chief Keef, the iconic Chicago rapper who put drill music on the map, has achieved massive success in the industry. But despite his fame and fortune, there's one place he avoids at all costs: O Block, the notorious Southside neighborhood where he grew up. Join us as we delve into the complexities of Chief Keef's journey and uncover the reasons behind his distance from O Block. Chief Keef's reasons for avoiding O Block. Chief Keef, the controversial rapper from Chicago, has been noticeably absent from his former stomping grounds in O Block. Once known for his close relationship with the people there, Chief Keef's absence has left many wondering what could have caused this sudden change. Chief Keef's absence from O Block can be traced back to the deteriorating relationship between him and fellow rapper Lil Durk. Once considered close allies, their bond began to crumble when Durk found himself in legal trouble. It all started when Lil Durk was arrested on gun charges, and Chief Keef allegedly refused to chip into his bond. His bond was set at $10,000, but he needed $10,000 to be released. This refusal to support his friend financially caused a rift between them, as Durk felt betrayed by Keef's lack of loyalty. While Durk remained silent and neutral, possibly due to the embarrassment of not being able to afford his own bond, he took to social media to express his frustrations. In a tweet directed at Keef, Durk stated, "Everybody scream bike life, but be on four-wheelers. I'm dirt bike crazy, watch me." This tweet came after Keef's $10,000 four-wheeler purchase, the same amount Durk needed for his bond release. The feud between Chief Keef and Lil Durk escalated, causing tension not only between them, but also within the Chicago rap scene. Fans and fellow artists were caught in the crossfire as the two rappers engaged in a war of words. As with many feuds in the music industry, time has a way of healing wounds. Lil Durk revealed in an interview with Rolling Stone that he and Chief Keef had a 3-hour phone conversation, during which they managed to put their differences aside. They even went on to collaborate in the studio, recording 3 or 4 songs together. Durk stated, "Me and him talked on the phone for like 3 hours, and man, we put that in the past." He added, "We're gonna have more songs." It seemed like the beef between the two rappers had finally come to an end, at least for the time being. However, their reconciliation was short-lived. Another dispute arose when Chief Keef tweeted a link to a diss track aimed at Lil Durk by another rapper. This move angered Durk, who felt that Keef had not only betrayed him, but also betrayed the entire city of Chicago by siding with outsiders against his own. The diss track was a response to Durk's feud with rapper Tyga, which began when Durk mentioned Tyga's girlfriend in one of his verses. Although Durk claimed it was just a line and didn't mean any harm, Tyga took offense and asked Durk to change it. The two fell out, and Tyga enlisted the help of fellow rapper Game to release a diss track aimed at Durk. Chief Keef shared the link to the diss track on his social media page, further fueling the fire. Lil Durk, feeling betrayed once again, took to Twitter to express his disappointment, saying, "What the f Tyga was talking about? LOL. He let Game get all the songs so Tyga can feel tough. May 6th, no let up. Talk that street. I'm with all the bullish." The ongoing feuds and conflicts between Chief Keef and Lil Durk have undoubtedly played a significant role in Keef's decision to distance himself from O Block. The street politics and rivalries within the Chicago rap scene have created a hostile environment, forcing Keef to reevaluate his alliances and prioritize his own well-being. Chief Keef's absence from O Block can also be attributed to his numerous run-ins with law enforcement. His criminal record and continuous legal issues have made it difficult for him to freely move around and be present in his old neighborhood. In 2015, Chief Keef was labeled as Public Enemy #1 by the Chicago Police Department. This designation came as a result of his controversial lyrics that often glorified guns and violence. His rise to fame with the viral hit I Don't Like, later remixed by Kanye West, brought him both fame and notoriety. With just one album under his belt at the time, Chief Keef became a magnet for outrage over the city's well-publicized epidemic of violence. Many of his early songs regularly depicted and celebrated gun violence with lyrics like "Pistol to his throat, blow this, he gonna choke." It was clear that Chief Keef's music reflected the harsh realities of his upbringing in the rough Inglewood neighborhood. His criminal record includes drug and gun charges, along with parole violations. The clash between Chief Keef and law enforcement continued, with the police constantly monitoring his activities. One incident that exemplified this was an arrest in Miami for driving under the influence, DUI. Chief Keef skipped his arraignment, leading to a Florida judge issuing a warrant for his arrest. These legal troubles have kept him entangled in the justice system, making it difficult for him to freely navigate his city. Despite his controversial past and run-ins with law enforcement, Chief Keef has shown a desire to make a positive impact in his native city city of Chicago. He has become a vocal advocate for the Stop the Violence campaign, using his platform to spread messages of peace and unity. In one of his singles, Ain't Missing You, Chief Keef preaches a message of anti-violence, urging his listeners to put an end to the cycle of violence that plagues their communities. This shift in his music reflects a change in his mindset and a genuine desire to bring about positive change. In an attempt to give back to the community, Chief Keef and his team planned a benefit concert in Chicago for the families of victims of gun violence. The concert aimed to raise funds and support for those affected by the senseless acts of violence that have plagued the city. However, Chief Keef's hologram appearance at the event was abruptly shut down by the police and city officials after performing for only 3 minutes. The Chicago Police Department, along with city officials, deemed Chief Keef an unacceptable role model whose music promoted violence. They argued that his hologram performance posed a significant public safety risk. As a result, the benefit concert that Keef had planned to stage in Chicago for the families of victims of gun violence was canceled. This decision sparked controversy and debate, with many arguing that Chief Keef's intentions were genuine and that he should be given the opportunity to use his platform for positive change. Supporters believed that his efforts to address the violence in his music and his willingness to give back to the community should be acknowledged and supported. Keef himself expressed his shock and frustration, stating in an interview with Billboard, "City officials just be hating. They don't want to see a young black man be successful and try to do something good. It's crazy." Chief Keef's manager, Idris Dykes, also known as Peter Pan, defended the rapper, stating that he was unfairly relegated to the role of Chicago's resident demon. Dykes pointed out that Chief Keef was a product of the inner city, a result of the endless cycle of violence and systemic problems that plagued the community. He argued that blaming Keef alone was misguided and failed to address the root causes of the violence. These problems were here way before Chief Keef was popular. Keef is a product of the inner city. It's an endless cycle, and it's set up that way. As Chief Keef continues to navigate the challenges and obstacles that come with his fame, his desire to make a positive impact remains strong. Despite the setbacks and the ongoing harassment, he continues to use his music and platform to advocate for change and address the issues that affect his community. Only time will tell if Chief Keef will be able to overcome these challenges and return to O Block. But for now, his absence from the neighborhood that once shaped his music and identity is a testament to the complex and often tumultuous journey of an artist trying to make a difference in a world filled with obstacles. The restrictions placed on him due to outstanding warrants and the perception of him as a symbol of gang violence have forced him to keep his distance from his former neighborhood. It remains to be seen how Chief Keef's story will unfold in the future. Will he be able to overcome these legal obstacles and return to O Block? Only time will tell. Tensions and controversies of O Block. O Block, located on the 6400 block of South Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Chicago, has a history that is deeply intertwined with violence and controversy. The story of O Block begins with the sprawling Parkway Gardens low-income apartment complex, which sits on one side of the street. This complex, once a place of promise and community, has become synonymous with the struggles and dangers of O Block. On the other side of the street, a string of businesses, including an AutoZone, a food mart, and the Chicago Crusader newspaper, serve as a stark contrast to the violence that plagues the area. Gang members played a significant role in giving O Block its name and establishing its reputation. The O in O Block stands for Odie Perry, a 20-year-old gang member who was tragically gunned down just around the corner on a summer's night in 2011. This event marked the beginning of a series of violent incidents that would shape the block's identity. One of the most shocking aspects of O Block's history is the involvement of a 17-year-old female gang assassin named Gakira Barnes. Police sources reveal that Barnes was responsible for the murder of Odie Perry and later met her own tragic end not far from O Block. The presence of such young individuals involved in gang violence highlights the deeply rooted issues that plague the community. Between June 2011 and June 2014, O Block experienced a staggering number of shootings. A Chicago Sun-Times analysis revealed that 19 people were shot during this 3-year period, making it the most dangerous block in Chicago in terms of shootings. Shockingly, none of these shootings resulted in criminal charges, and none of the weapons used were ever recovered. The lack of justice and accountability only adds to the tensions and controversies surrounding O Block. With all these happening in Chief Keef's immediate environment, it is not surprising to learn of his battles with the law. Chief Keef's journey through the criminal justice system began at a young age when he was just 15 years old. It was January 27, 2011, when the young rapper found himself entangled in a situation that would have lasting consequences. A young Chief Keef was caught at a trap house in the process of selling selling drugs produced from the trap house, the charges brought against Chief Keef were serious. He was accused of the manufacture and delivery of heroin, and what made the situation even more alarming was the proximity of the alleged crime to a school, public housing building, or park. This elevated the charges to a Class X felony, a grave offense for someone so young. It's important to remember that Chief Keef was still a minor at the time, which added another layer of complexity to the case. In Chicago, the legal system treats juvenile offenders differently. Instead of being found guilty of the charges, they are deemed delinquent. This distinction acknowledges the age and developmental factors that come into play when dealing with young individuals involved in criminal activities. After being detained, Chief Keef was eventually released, but he was not completely free from the consequences of his actions. Despite his release, Chief Keef was sentenced to home confinement as a form of punishment. This meant that he had to remain within the confines of his grandmother's home, serving his sentence under strict supervision. It was a challenging period for the young rapper, as he had to navigate the restrictions placed upon him. Months after his first encounter with the law, Chief Keef found himself in another precarious situation. It was December 2nd, 2011, when police responded to a call of shots fired in the 6100 block of South Indiana. As officers arrived at the scene, their attention was immediately drawn to Chief Keef, who was seen walking out of his grandma's apartment complex in the 6100 block of South Michigan. What caught their eye was the coat he held over his hands, positioned in front of his waistband. Sensing something amiss, the officers attempted to stop and question Chief Keef, but what followed was a series of events that would leave everyone involved on edge. Instead of cooperating with the officers, Chief Keef dropped the coat, revealing a gleaming blue steel handgun. In a split second, he sprinted through the vacant lot adjacent to the apartments, leaving the officers in hot pursuit. The chase was on, with several officers chasing the fleeing Chief Keef. Throughout the chase, Chief Keef allegedly would stop and turn towards the police, pointing his pistol at the officers. The gravity of the situation escalated rapidly, prompting the officers to draw their weapons in response. Although Chief Keef did not fire at the officers, they unleashed a volley of shots in his direction, desperately trying to apprehend him. Miraculously, the officers missed their target, but the chase continued. Chief Keef ran for his life, fueled by adrenaline and fear, as he desperately tried to evade capture. The officers were relentless in their pursuit, determined to bring Chief Keef to justice. Finally, after a half-block chase, Chief Keef was cornered in an alley of the 6100 block of South Indiana. Other officers joined the scene, ensuring that there was no escape for the young rapper. In the chaos of the arrest, one officer claimed to have suffered multiple bruises while attempting to detain Chief Keef. The intensity of the situation was further underscored when it was discovered that Chief Keef had ditched his pistol during the chase. However, moments later, the weapon was recovered, fully loaded and ready for use. The consequences of this dramatic encounter with the law were severe for Chief Keef. He was charged with 4 felonies, including 3 counts of aggravated assault with a firearm on a police officer and aggravated unlawful use of a weapon. Additionally, he faced a misdemeanor charge of resisting arrest. Chief Keef was held in the Cook County Juvenile Detention Center for an extended period before the judge ultimately sentenced him to house arrest at his grandma's house.
Is it true that you shot all your original videos from your house because you was on house arrest because you had a shootout with the police?
My lawyer said don't talk about that.
In the midst of Chief Keef's legal battles, a dark cloud loomed over his career with the tragic murder of a rival rapper, Lil JoJo. The animosity between Chief Keef and Lil JoJo, along with their respective crews, had been escalating for some time. The tension reached a boiling point just days before the fateful incident. A video went viral, capturing Chief Keef's close friend Lil Reese, threatening to kill Lil JoJo after he drove through their neighborhood taunting them. The tension between the two factions was palpable, and it seemed like a violent confrontation was inevitable. Tragically, a few days later, Lil JoJo was killed while riding his bike. The timing of the incident, coupled with the ongoing feud, raised suspicions and led to a well-known investigation involving Chief Keef. Chief Keef took to Twitter the day after the incident, posting a tweet that read, "It's sad cuss. JoJo wanted to be just like us, #LMAU." The tweet, seemingly taunting and insensitive, drew attention and scrutiny from the public. However, no charges were filed against Chief Keef in connection with the murder. Chief Keef, on the other hand, claimed that his Twitter account had been hacked, suggesting that someone else had posted the controversial tweet. This assertion added another layer of complexity to the investigation, leaving many questioning the truth behind the social media activity surrounding the tragic event. Due to the lack of evidence, the murder of Lil JoJo remains unsolved to this day. Speculation and theories continue to circulate, but the truth behind Lil JoJo's murder remains elusive. The events surrounding Lil JoJo's murder cast a shadow over Chief Keef's career, adding to the already complex narrative of his legal issues. As Chief Keef continued to navigate the legal system, him. His probation violation stemming from a previous gun conviction brought him back into court. Authorities discovered that Chief Keef had gone to a gun range for a music video shoot in New York and discharged a firearm while he was there, a clear violation of his probation conditions. This revelation did not sit well with the judge, who sentenced Chief Keef to 60 days in juvenile detention, and he was subsequently made a ward of the state. On January 17, 2013, Chief Keef was sued by a promotion company named Team Major for $75,000 for a missed show. According to the company, he was supposed to perform at the O2 Arena in London on December 29, 2012. He never showed up, and neither he nor his label has explained why he missed the date. Chief Keef ignored the lawsuit, and he was ordered to pay $230,019 to the promotion company by the court. On May 20, 2013, Chief Keef was arrested in an upscale hotel in Georgia for smoking marijuana in public and for disorderly conduct, but was released later in the day. A week later, Chief Keef was arrested for driving 110 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone in his hometown of Chicago, and for driving with 3 passengers, which was an offense since his permit only allowed him to have 1 passenger. He returned to court on June 17th and pleaded guilty to speeding. He was ordered to pay a $531 fine, serve 18 months of probation, complete 60 hours of community service, and undergo random drug tests. On October 15, 2013, Keef returned to jail for a 20-day sentence for a probation violation after testing positive for marijuana. On October 24, 2013, he was released early for good behavior. However, on November 6, 2013, Chief Keef was jailed for another probation violation. Following a short stay in rehab under probation orders, Chief Keef was arrested on March 5, 2014, in Illinois for driving under the influence of marijuana and driving on a suspended license. On February 4, 2014, Kim Productions filed suit against him after he failed to appear at a breast cancer charity concert in Ohio hours before he was to perform in June 2013. The suit alleged that Kim Productions provided him with a $15,000 deposit for the performance and an additional $2,500 as travel expenses. The lawsuit also alleged that as a result of his failure to appear, the concert had to be canceled and tickets had to be refunded. In January 2017, Chief Keef was arrested for the violent armed invasion of his former producer by the name of Ramsey Thad Great. Ramsey claimed that Chief Keef and his friends stole his Rolex watch, pointed firearms at him, and assaulted him. These charges were dropped for lack of evidence. Despite the legal battles, Chief Keef has managed to navigate through the system, serving sentences, probation, and community service. His decision to move to Los Angeles provided a fresh start, allowing him to stay out of trouble for almost 3 years.
Yeah, you know, like, away from bad stuff.
The bad
that I
stuff.
used to be in, like,
You used to get in trouble with the law?
daily basis.
While his past is marked by controversy, Chief Keef's recent focus on music and a more peaceful lifestyle offers hope for a brighter future. Early life and O-Block influence. In the heart of Chicago's South Side, Keith Farrell Cozart was born on August 15, 1995, to 15-year-old Lolita and Alfonso Cozart. Growing up in the midst of poverty and violence, Chief Keef's early life was marked by the harsh realities of his surroundings. Raised by his mother alone, Keith faced numerous challenges from a young age. Living in a neighborhood plagued by crime, Keith was exposed to the harsh realities of the streets at an early age. The South Side of Chicago was notorious for its high crime rates and gang activity, creating an environment that shaped his upbringing. From a young age, Keith was drawn to the beats and rhymes of hip-hop. Inspired by artists like Gucci Mane and Lil Wayne, he began experimenting with his own raps as a form of self-expression. Music became an escape from the harsh realities of his surroundings, allowing him to channel his emotions and experiences into his lyrics. As Keith entered his teenage years, his passion for music continued to grow. In 2011, at the age of 16, he released his debut mixtape, Bang, which quickly gained attention in the local rap scene. The mixtape showcased his raw talent and unique style, characterized by his melodic flow and gritty lyrics. However, it was not just his music that set him apart. Chief Keef's persona and image were deeply influenced by the neighborhood he grew up in. O-Block, a neighborhood in the Inglewood area of Chicago, became a significant part of his identity. O-Block was notorious for its high crime rates and gang affiliations, and Chief Keef's association with the neighborhood would have a profound impact on his music and persona. Chief Keef's lyrics reflected the harsh realities of life in the streets, with references to violence, drugs, and gang affiliations. His music resonated with a generation of young people who could relate to his experiences and the struggles of their own community. He became a symbol of the streets, embodying the raw energy and authenticity that many artists strive for. Despite the challenges he faced, Chief Keef's talent and unique style began to gain recognition beyond the streets of Chicago. His mixtapes garnered attention from industry insiders, leading to a record deal with Interscope Records. This marked a turning point in his career as he gained access to a wider audience and began to achieve mainstream success. Chief Keef's early life was shaped by the harsh realities of the South Side of Chicago. Growing up in a neighborhood plagued by violence and crime, he found solace in music and used it as a form of self-expression. His association with O-Block, a neighborhood synonymous with gang activity, deeply influenced his music and persona. Chief Keef's unique style and raw talent propelled him to success, allowing him to rise above his circumstances and leave a lasting impact on the music industry. Chief Keef's rise to fame. Chief Keef's early mixtapes not only showcased his raw talent, but also served as a reflection of the realities he faced growing up in Chicago's South Side. Through his music, Chief Keef provided a voice for those who had been marginalized and overlooked, capturing the attention of audiences far beyond his hometown. Chief Keef's mainstream success skyrocketed with the release of his hit songs I Don't Like and Love Sosa, solidifying his position as a trailblazer in the hip-hop subgenre drill. I Don't Like, released in 2012 when he was only 17, became an instant viral sensation. The song's aggressive and gritty sound, combined with Chief Keef's distinctive delivery, struck a chord with listeners across the country. The track's catchy hook and memorable verses quickly spread through social media platforms, garnering millions of views and catapulting Chief Keef into the mainstream consciousness. The song became more popular when Kanye West decided to remix it, smashing records and breaking limits.
Where did you meet Kanye West? Explain the story.
I mean, I ain't get a chance to meet him yet. My manager just told me, like, Kanye West want to get on, like, you want to get on there? I'm like, yeah.
Following the success of I Don't Like, Chief Keef released Love Sosa as the lead single from his mixtape Finally Rich. The song's infectious melody and Chief Keef's captivating flow resonated with audiences, further solidifying his status as a rising star in the rap scene. Love Sosa became an anthem for Chief Keef's dedicated fan base, who embraced his unapologetic and authentic approach to music. In addition to his solo success, Chief Keef has collaborated with a wide range of artists, further expanding his reach and influence. His guest appearances on songs by notable artists such as Lil Uzi Vert and Drake have earned him chart success and introduced his music to new audiences. These collaborations showcase Chief Keef's versatility as an artist, as he seamlessly blends his distinct style with the sounds of other genres. Chief Keef's impact extends beyond his music. He is the founder of the record labels Glow Gang and 43B, providing a platform for other aspiring artists to showcase their talent. Through these ventures, Chief Keef has nurtured and supported a new generation of rappers, leaving a lasting impact on the industry. Despite his mainstream success, Chief Keef has faced his fair share of challenges. Throughout his career, he has encountered legal troubles, including weapons possession charges and house arrest sentences. These setbacks have often overshadowed his musical achievements, but Chief Keef has remained resilient, continuing to release music and collaborate with other artists. Chief Keef's impact on the hip-hop subgenre drill cannot be overstated. He is widely credited with popularizing the genre, which originated in the streets of Chicago. Chief Keef's raw and unfiltered lyrics, combined with the hard-hitting beats and aggressive sound of drill music, created a unique sonic landscape that resonated with a generation of listeners. His influence can be heard in the work of countless artists who have adopted the drill style.